guys, welcome back to the channel. Wanted to go over some of the data that we collected over the weekend racing the car at Street Car Takeover ZMAX Drag right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So first off, I'd just like to say we're just recapping what we have been continuing from the previous videos where we installed the CES billet twin scroll kit on the Supra with the Zona Turbo and the Evolution of Speed manifold, and also the custom tuning that we continue to do to dial in the car like we were saying that we wanted to do to get it ready for the track and to race at the event over the weekend. So we were able to do that. This was a huge thing for us to get the car running 100% like we've always wanted to, and we will be able to offer these custom tunes with the kits when they go on market. So that's a huge plus to everybody out there that wants a bolt-on kit with a turnkey solution. Get the kit, put it on the car, you get the tune package from us, flash it to the car. 90% dialed in. You can just tweak it as you go. Set it up for how you want it for your particular vehicle. But basically, this was the end goal, like we always do with our single kits. We like testing them. We like taking them out on the track after doing all the dyno data and proving what these cars are capable of with these systems on there, plus the custom tuning that we have. So it's just a total package that I've always thought was the best way to get a customer set up because it's so easy. It's already done for you. You buy it, you put it on the car, you flash it, and then you can actually just immediately start enjoying it. So first day of the event was the roll racing, which we had signed up for. This was the first time testing the car with the new setup and the new tuning. So this was a learning curve for us as well, just feeling out the car. Obviously there are some additional settings that we have to adjust. We do have the stage 2 upgraded transmission from Pure Drivetrain Solutions in the car, and also the XHP flash with custom settings that we play with to try to get maximum traction and set the car up to make it do what we want at the track. But for the roll racing part, that's not quite as important, but it ended up being an issue since we were spinning in first, second, and third gear. It was also, new track. It wasn't quite prepped, and for roll racing, as a lot of you guys know, you start back and then kind of hit it at 40 miles an hour at the tree. But we still got some very successful hits, even with spinning, and some good mile an hour. I have 3 time slips from the 3 qualifying passes that we did. We're the 3473 number, so lane 4 was a 146.6 mile an hour pass for the first run. Lane 1 was the second pass where we bumped it up to about 148 miles an hour. And then the last one was our best run, which ended up being 150.56 miles an hour on the third qualifier. So progressively getting quicker and quicker. Every single one of these runs I spun out of the hole, so it did have the potential to make a few more miles an hour. But what I wanted to discuss about this data is that this was done with the car being detuned at the track with the Zona kit on a stock motor, sub 800 wheel horsepower. So we're still in the 150 mile an hour range with those wheel horsepower numbers, and we're very, very pleased with that. We also were able to get one of our personal best 6130 mile an hour time. We had the draggy running on all 3 passes, and on the third pass with the 150 roll, we ended up doing a 4.75 60 to 130, and that was in 2600 DA. Also very good numbers for the heat and those power levels. Obviously the car will need to be set up to run power like this, so you will need upgraded transmissions, you will need fueling upgrades, axles, drive shafts to do the dig hits and everything, which we'll talk about next. But if you do have the car set up like that and you have this kit on your car plus the tuning, you can expect to see similar results. So the next day was actually all the drag racing event. We did not actually sign up for any of the dig racing stuff just because we really had no practice at all trying to get the car set up to launch from a dig. But we ended up doing a few test and tune hits, and it just so happened that at the end of the night they opened one more test and tune setup. So we really literally ran from the stands, put our suits on, jumped in the cars, went straight to the lines, and this is the hit that we did, and also ended up being our new personal best for our quarter mile times run in the shop Supra.
Daniel out there in the stage lane.
As you'll be able to see, John will put it up on the screen for you, but we ran a 9.0 at 149 miles an hour. Really nice numbers. Obviously, this car has the capability to go 8s, and we said this from the beginning that we were going to get into the 8s on the MHD tuning platform with these Supras, and we're knocking on that door hard. This is just a matter of practice, and this was also detuned, like we'll talk about in just a minute, just to keep the car safe at the track. And since this was the very first time we had taken this car out with this tuning and this setup on there, so we just wanted to play it safe, but we still managed to hit personal bests. Now, obviously there's plenty of cars going faster than this. This is not like hot news or anything, but for us and for this setup with a stock motor and a smaller Zona kit as a billet 2-port bottom mount setup, these are really impressive numbers. This is a completely streetable kit that you can run on the street, take it to the track, and run these numbers. Obviously, the car being set up with the drag pack and fully capable to be able to launch at these levels, we were able to cut a 1.360 foot, which is, this is pro level stuff, and cut a 0.1 off the pro tree. Part of it's driver mod, but the setup and the tuning is obviously the proof in the pudding, as they say. One thing I also wanted to talk about, a lot of people, still are very interested in the 0 to 60 times that these cars can do. And obviously prep surface track, this is not on the street, but equally impressive 0 to 60 mile an hour time on this drag run. We ran a 1.93 second 0 to 60 mile an hour and a 1.71 second with a 1 foot rollout. So really impressive numbers for sub 800 wheel horsepower on a stock motor car. And again, this is what we've been trying to achieve from the very beginning, so it's a long time coming, but we've just proven that with a stock motor car with under 800 wheel horsepower, you can run these times. And it also highlights that less is sometimes more. This car detuned, as we'll show next with the dyno session that we did. We brought the car after we left the track straight to the dyno, put her on there, did the numbers with this exact tune that we ran at the track. We do have the ability to turn the tune up a few more degrees and a few more PSI, and with better DA, this is easily into the 8s, guys, with this setup. So this is exactly the goal that we wanted to achieve with this particular kit and the tuning and the setup on the car. So what we're gonna do now is basically unload the car from the trailer. We're gonna get it on the dyno, and we are actually going to dyno the car with this tune on it to show you the exact horsepower numbers to the wheels that we were running when we did these numbers at the event. Back at the shop after racing at Street Car Takeover ZMAX this past weekend. We were able to get some test hits with the shop Supra and the new turbo setup we had on the car, plus MHD Plus tuning. We had some last minute revisions that we did to the tuning before we headed out to the track. We'll get into that a little bit later. But what I wanted to show everybody was the dyno data from the map we were testing at the track to show you exactly what kind of horsepower that the car was making with the times that we ran and the mile per hour that we ran. So let's just get right into it. This was first pass, only pass that we did today. You can see that the temps, 99 ambient temps, very hot at the shop today, almost 44% humidity. So definitely similar conditions to what we were racing in over the weekend. This is the power that we put down, 782 and about 709 torque. This is a 5th gear pull. This is with 2-port billet bottom mount twin scroll turbo kit with the Zona turbo and MHD Plus tuning. The car obviously has been set up to run at the track. We do have upgraded axles, upgraded drive shaft, upgraded stage 2 pure drivetrain solutions, transmission, do have the drag pack, everything that you need to be able to handle these kind of power levels and launch effectively at the track. So again, this is a 5th gear dyno data. So typically we're running in 6th for the accurate true 1-to-1 ratio readings on the dyno, but just because of the heat and because we didn't want to stress anything too much at this point, we left the car in 5th gear. So spool is going to be a little bit slower. We did upgrade to the larger 82 housing from the original 63 housing that we had been testing previously with the Zona kit. So this does affect the spool a little bit, makes it a little bit laggier, but it also opens up the top end. Now what I would like to talk about is this actually was detuned for the track. This is another huge point that we wanted to talk about with everyone. This proves you don't need 800 wheel horsepower to run a 9.0 at the track with optimal launch and not so optimal conditions. I think DA was 2500 and temps were, easily in around this range when we did do that run. But stock motor with this kit, we were able to run those times with this power. So proof proven, everything that you need to know to make this kind of power and run the car at these levels, this is it. We are obviously still in the testing phases of the billet Zona kits, but these will be getting released to the public very soon. We are going to be doing all the piping and making sure everything is kit friendly so that we'll be able to market these and sell these to the general public, but they are coming, and we'll have some different levels and options, etc., just like we do for all our other billet kits. But been extremely happy with how this kit has performed, the fit and finish, the ease of the installation, the way it sounds, the way it feels, and also with the tuning package that we're going to be offering. We will have MHD Plus tuning available, and we will also have Boot Mod 3 tuning available, which we will be featuring next in another video once we swap the tuning platforms over, so that you guys can have a choice depending on how the car is set up, whether you'd like to run the MHD or the Boot Mod 3 tuning. So as always, to all of you, thanks again for watching. We love sharing our data with you. I hope you find it interesting. Give us a call if you want us to help take care of you. This is what we do. We love what we do. We're going to get back to testing, and we will see you again next time.